Evening, good afternoon, happy Thursday, the 14th of December. Thank you for joining me live if you are watching live. If you're not, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. Of course, today we are going to talk about Palantir, as you can probably already tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video. We have had yesterday, we had yet another contract announcement. Not a new contract, but yet another one this week. So I think that means this week so far, we have had 4 pieces of news, 4 pieces of information that are about Palantir new contracts or renewals. So it's felt like a very, very busy week. On top of that, we've had another piece of news about Palantir that I'll share in this video. And then, of course, at the end, we will have a look at Palantir stock. What is it doing pre-market? It looks pretty healthy, honestly. Looks really good pre-market. And then we'll jump over into some of the live chat. Same old, good old live streams. I see quite a number of you here already, so thank you for joining. Appreciate that. So let's share my screen and let's get straight into this. Here we are. So this is the piece of information, the contract information that came out yesterday. Now, this is not a new partnership. It's not brand new or anything like that, but it is yet another renewal. So let's just see what's going on here. This is from the Palantir website itself. If you don't know and you do want to, look at this stuff, on the Palantir website, you can go onto their section that says press releases, and this is exactly where that's from. So let's see what this says here. Palantir renews digital transformation partnership with UniCredit for another 5 years. Let me zoom in. You guys see that okay? I think so. So Palantir, a leading provider of AI systems, as we all know, today announced yesterday it had renewed its partnership with UniCredit to deploy the Palantir Foundry operating system to accelerate the bank's digital transformation and help increase revenue and mitigate risks. We are so used to seeing partnerships, contracts that are around AIP. It's quite nice to actually see one that talks about Foundry right now. And often if they are signing up to AIP, they are also getting Foundry because they need that ontology. They need that infrastructure to utilize AIP to the best of its abilities. But this one is just speaking specifically about Foundry as an operating system. And it says here as well, to accelerate the bank's digital transformation, to help increase revenue and mitigate risks. Now, this bank, this UniCredit bank, is a European bank. So I think their headquarters are in Italy, and I think they also operate in some other European countries, which is quite refreshing because, again, a lot of the commercial contracts that we hear from Palantir are very focused in the US. So they are US commercial partners. It is always good as Palantir investors that we see them spread out globally. We know that they are starting to get more and more commercial contracts outside of the US. That's really, really good. That diversifies their revenue stream and it makes them way less reliant on just the US customers. So it says here, Palantir and UniCredit first partnered in 2018 as the bank sought technology that could streamline sales, spanning... Has it just cut me off? No. Okay, I think I'm still live. I hope I'm still live. Where was I? To better operationalize machine learning and artificial intelligence, enforce policy compliance, and enhance decision-making on the front lines. The bank chose Palantir Foundry as the operating system for the enterprise, leveraging a single open and integrated platform across entities and business lines enable synergies across the group. This is really familiar. We hear the same things that Palantir are able to help businesses with, whether they are government organizations, whether they are, in the sports sector, whether they are in the banking sector, the healthcare sector. They're all trying to do the same thing. And that is to bring all of their data into one place because they've got so much data, and then to actually be able to use that data better. And that's exactly what this company is doing as well. They're just obviously trying to do it for revenue purposes, for mitigating risks. And obviously in the healthcare sector, they'll be trying to do it a little bit differently. They'll be trying to, help patients use their resources better. But ultimately, they're all trying to do the same thing, all of them. Palantir Foundry has recently been extended to all UniCredit legal entities and will now be used to manage strategic use cases all over the group. So they were using them for one thing before in one entity, I guess. They've seen the value. Now they want to extend to all their legal entities. In the last 5 years, Palantir Foundry has generated considerable value for both UniCredit's control functions and its commercial banking operations, driving process efficiencies and improving campaign management. Now, this is cool. It's given us an example here. For example, UniCredit noted that over the course of 2023, advanced analytics and I don't know what this is actually, but models in Foundry helped the bank generate a 4-fold increase in customer redemption of protection products through better targeting. 4-fold. No wonder they are extending this contract. That makes complete sense. And then is this a Palantir? Yes, a Palantir executive said, Palantir has been a long, proud partner to some of the world's top financial institutions. We're honored that UniCredit has placed its confidence in Palantir once again and look forward to furthering the bank's digital transformation. This is exciting, like I said, because it's outside of the US. It's a European bank, yet another example of a renewal. We just keep seeing renewals, and that is really, really good because it shows a few things. It shows how sticky Palantir's business is. Once they have integrated into a business, it is really, really challenging for that company to then go elsewhere. If they wanted to, of course they could. If Palantir isn't providing the value, they can go elsewhere. They can look for another provider. But once they are integrated, it's pretty difficult. And then they're providing the value. So when you've got two things like that hand in hand, they're not going to go anywhere else. They're going to keep renewing. And not only that, they're going to look for other ways they can work with Palantir. And that's what we've seen recently as well. We've seen with the Fujitsu contract, they wanted AIP. They extended the contract. They wanted to include AIP as well as including Foundry. Probably what we're going to see with this company as well soon. So this week so far, let's just recap. It's been quite a big week. We have had, now I can't picture the order. I think it came first with the Horse Integrity Safety Authority. We had that. Then we had the Fujitsu contract. That was a renewal. That's what I was just speaking about. Then we had the Plascred, which came out Tuesday, I want to say. Now we've had this. And I think, if I remember rightly, they have all happened this week or in the space of 7 days. That is a pretty good way for us to be moving towards the end of the year. And that only makes me more excited for 2024. Will 2024, let me put this up on the screen. Will 2024 be the year that Palantir reach their all-time highs? It's quite a big jump. It's quite a big statement. It's quite a big question, but let me know what you think. Could 2024 be the year that they actually go on to reach all-time highs? Never say never. It's very, very possible. So the next piece of information is this. You may have not seen this. You may have. It's not a new contract or anything like that. So it hasn't got as much airtime, if you will. But what this is we can see here, PVM named Gold Tier Authorized Palantir Partner in USG Channel Partner Program. What on earth does that mean? Who are PVM? Let's just have a look. We're not going to read all of this, but we'll just see who they are. They are a digital services company that partners with public sector teams to unlock the power of their data and maximize their investments in Palantir systems. They don't just do that. They don't just work with Palantir, but you get the idea. Palantir is one of their the companies that they work with. And they are now a gold tier authorized partner in the Palantir USG Channel Partner Program and has expanded its offering as a Palantir value-added reseller of Palantir technology. They have actually been working together for 12 years, and this new achievement further solidifies their partnership. So as far as I understand, this PVM company, and this is the first time I've actually heard of them, they've been working with Palantir for 12 years, but I've just not come across them before. They help different government teams use their data efficiently and effectively. So they've been helping federal, state, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies maximize their investments and their use within the Palantir systems. So they're a service partner and they have been for more than 12 years. So now they've reached this new level, this gold tier with Palantir, a gold tier in it was UGC, wasn't it? So US Government Channel Partner Program that Palantir have. Why is this important? Well, it's important because it means that they have now met a certain standard, a certain requirement in their training and sales. And now that allows them to have better access to Palantir's resources, which then means that they can serve their customers better. So they are essentially upselling Palantir's resources on behalf of Palantir, and they have access to Palantir's resources and training and all of that to do so. So what could this mean for Palantir? Well, it could mean that now that they are a value-added reseller, I think it said? Yeah, value-added reseller. They can now essentially help extend Palantir's reach into government agencies, which then, of course, means there may be a broader audience for Palantir. That could then potentially lead to increased sales for Palantir and actually give them a bit of a stronger market presence within those agencies. Of course, Palantir are a company that do have very, very good ties already and very good reputation within the US government sector anyway. But this is good. This cannot harm Palantir. This is only going to better them and hopefully will lead to increased sales. Now, let me know, what has been your highlight so far this week for Palantir? Has it been one of these contracts, or has it been the stock maybe? Has it been that you've been able to add more Palantir shares to your own portfolio? Let me know. I think my highlight this week so far for Palantir, I'm torn. I want to say, this sounds a bit silly, but I want to say it was the Horse Integrity Safety Authority partnership. And the reason that I say that is because it came as such a surprise. I really wasn't expecting to see that partnership in that sector specifically. And I think it's opened my eyes up even more to just how expansive the marketplace really is for Palantir. Now let's have a look at our good friend Palantir stock. What is it doing in pre-market? It's looking amazing. Look at this. Pre-market is currently at $18.23, up by 2%. It's going to, well, if pre-market is accurate and we open and we hit above that 18, we are going to be back above the $18 mark. Over the last 5 days, we you can see here, Monday, we did approach, we went to $18 and then we sort of started falling back down, and we've been not having a great time this week. It's been falling, it's been trading sideways. But then yesterday, big jump here. And then, of course, it looks like it's going to continue today. It's going to open strong by the looks of it. And it may even, who knows, it may even close over 18 at the end of today. Of course, yesterday we had the announcement that the Fed are holding interest rates, and they were signaling that they are going to be decreasing them next year. So that obviously did a very good thing for many stocks and the market in general. So maybe we'll see a little bit of that carry forward into today as well. And then, of course, all the new partnerships this week. There's quite a lot of upside, I would say, right now. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens over the course of today. Will it actually carry on at this above 18 level? Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. But let's now have a look at some comments. My favorite part. Who have we got with us today? Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hello, Terry. Hello. Appreciate you all coming. Very exciting week for Palantir. To anyone that's just joined, they have now had 4 contracts, 4 partnerships, 4 renewals, some new contracts, some renewals across the week. They've had Fujitsu, they've had Plascred, They've had Horse Integrity Safety Authority, and they've also just had this new one with UniCredit. Variety of different sectors, variety of different places around the world. Some of them involve AIP, some of them involve Foundry, some both. Some of them involve renewal, some of them are brand new contracts. So a lot is happening, a lot of momentum building into the end of the year. Good afternoon, Mickey. Thank you for joining. Got some people from the other side of the world up very late. Appreciate you joining. And Gordon, thank you for coming along. John, absolutely. A lot of cool people in here. Yes, Sir Lalington, the pre-market looks incredible today. We are above $18.23. Is anyone going to be taking any profit if we reach 20 before the end of the year? Foundry is unbelievable. I did some work with Palantir with work and it blew my team's mind. I'd love to know more about that. I haven't been able to get any hands-on experience with Foundry or any of Palantir's offerings. So do let me know. That's very interesting. Give me the inside details. Thank you, Fast Eddie. I think my internet connection's not been great today, so it keeps like cutting me out momentarily, but all good. There's a couple of people that will show up blue on the lives. It's because they help moderate the chat. So if anyone is particularly horrible to other people in the chat, they have the ability to sort them out, to remove them. Because we want to be nice here. We don't want any horrible people. So that's why. And some people will also have like symbols and stuff if they're channel membership, if they have a channel membership. So their comments always like pop up as a priority. Here we go. UniCredit is a major European financial institution and it operates in Italy. Look here, loads and loads of European countries. So this is good because renewal, it's obviously valuable enough to keep coming back. And they've renewed for an additional 5 years. 5 years in business, I feel like is quite a big time period to commit to 5 years up front. You must know that you're going to be still wanting that service, that piece of software in 5 years' time. And this will, I'm really thinking that we are only going to see Palantir expand into Europe. It's the next logical thing after the NHS contract. There is there seems to be very clear reasons as to why Palantir would expand into other healthcare organizations within Europe, because there's a lot of similarities between the NHS and other ones in different countries involved, like for Spain, for example. I made a whole video on this. But also, not just in the healthcare sector, the financial institutions as well. Why are all of these new Palantir contracts and contract renewals being released through various media outlets? Is Palantir trying to increase their stock price? I don't think it's necessarily Palantir doing this. It's just media. They just want the news, right? And they want as much news as often as possible. So they're going to just spread what they've got. I don't think it's Palantir trying to increase their stock price. And also, I sometimes find that actually the different news outlets give the news quicker than Palantir then get it up on their own website. But I don't know. Some of the contracts even, they haven't actually put on their own website. They've only selected some of them, which is a bit odd. I don't know why that's the case. What is their all-time high? Let's see what the official, so it says the official all-time high for Palantir as a closing price was $39 on January the 27th, 2021. So can we beat that in 2024 is the question. considering we are now hovering about the $18. So we would have to get to 39, or let's just say 40 to guarantee we would get to all-time highs. That's quite a big increase. Could we do that in the next 12 months? I think Palantir will get to 30. 30 by the end of 2024? Possibly. It's so hard to know, isn't it? We can't predict the stock price. And that's why I think it's best just to focus on what the company's doing, and then the stock price, just accept that it's going to be what it's going to be, because sometimes it doesn't make any sense at all. Palantir daily chart representing Fibonacci levels, long-term holder here. Cheers from SG. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. I haven't really, what am I trying to say here? Technical analysis of the charts. I'm not really too familiar with all the things that go into that. I know what Fibonacci levels are, but yeah, I'm a long-term holder too. My plan is just to keep adding shares. Essentially what I want to do is accumulate as many as I possibly can before 2030, which feels like a long time away, but that's kind of my time horizon for this. And then at that point, I'm going to start looking at where I am in life and what I'm looking to do next. But at the very least, I'll be holding for a good 5 to 10 years. From Hamburg, Germany. Thank you for being here. I've not seen your name before, so I appreciate you coming to this live stream. Hector, I love your hat in your profile picture there. Thank you, Troy. I actually get this comment quite a lot, which is it wouldn't have been the compliment that I would ever assume that I would get when I started a YouTube channel. But there we go. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's a really good training course on Palantir's website on Foundry, shows how much potential there is. Yeah, there's loads and loads of resources on Palantir's website if you want to dive in deeper and understand how their platforms actually work. Definitely. And there's some people on X actually that share information that work at Palantir, which is also very useful. We've got an international audience today. Very cool. Cool to see. It's good to see so many familiar faces and then to see some new people join as well. What else have we got going on here? No, will not beat 39. 30, I think, is a good guess for 2024. Well, even if it reaches 30, I think that's still phenomenal. But like I said, I just don't really. Obviously, I want it to do as best as it can do. Like, it's nice to see the numbers go up in my portfolio, but equally, I don't really mind if it doesn't reach X amount by this date. It doesn't matter to me. I will just use the opportunity, like this person has said here, like Buzzer said. If it drops, I'll just add more. That's fine by me. When is Palantir's next earnings and what do you expect? Let's have a look at the date, see if it's out yet. Let's see. I think it's early February, but let's just check. Reported date, February the 14th, February the 12th. Okay, it looks to be between the 12th and the 20th, apparently. I don't think it's actually been announced yet. Let's hope it's on Valentine's Day. Let's hope. That would be nice. What do I expect? I expect that we get, I expect good things. Let me just say that. I expect that AIP is spoken about a lot again. I expect that we see the numbers to show the demand, because we've been hearing a lot about how in demand AIP is, you know, these boot camps, how in demand they are, how good that's going. I want to see the numbers from that. I think we are going to get, this is a good point actually, Titan outcome. Hopefully that has happened by that point and we get information about that during the earnings. I don't know. That's due between January and March. So May not happen in time for earnings, but maybe they speak about it. Maybe they give hints. I don't know. I would quite like some more information about FedStart. We did have FedStart included in 2 of the presentation slides during the last earnings, but I want to hear more because I want to know the numbers behind that. And I don't know if they're going to really share that, but it would be good even just to hear that they've got more people on board the FedStart program and seeing that grow as well. I want to see obviously I want to see the commercial and the government side grow, but in particular, I expect to see the non-US commercial side grow. I think that's important. And I think that that's the next logical stage to actually, yes, you're doing very well in the US in the terms of commercial, but where is that going elsewhere? Revenue, all of those things. I expect it to be very, very positive. And then, of course, we've got the S&P 500 inclusion. We should be hearing early next year, and that, of course, may have quite a significant impact to the stock price. But it may just be when it gets announced that the stock price shoots up and then it sort of comes back down. I don't think it's going to shoot the stock price up and it's going to stay there or anything like that. But I can imagine there's a lot of trading happening around that when we hear about that. What's everyone else expecting from the next earnings? What else have we got here? I feel that tomorrow's US Army recontract, so the renewal, will affect the stock price. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to hear it because it was expected that we're going to hear tomorrow. However, with these government contracts, it's very, very typical that we hear delays. Sorry, we have delays. So hopefully, but I wouldn't bet on it too much. Just with everything else that's been going on, we've had lots of delays, especially on the government side. How long till the army buys Tesla bots? I hope that doesn't happen. I want the bots to be very much not used for any sort of war. But yeah, big conversation that. I think I made a video yesterday about the Tesla bots, and when I went live yesterday, actually, I was talking about how Tesla would sell them, but someone pointed out that actually they would probably lease them, and that makes way more sense so that they can keep control over where the bots are going, what the bots are being used for. And then ultimately, if they want to recall the bots or they don't want a particular company to have them anymore, they are in their right to do so. So yeah, I think we're going to see a leasing model. That would make more sense. SPY inclusion, so S&P 500 inclusion, maybe in April-ish, might super boost the stock price above 30 with FOMO. Yes. So that's why I was saying when a company gets included and there's that announcement, there is often a big peak in stock price because of people FOMOing in, people trading around it, large institutions, lots of buy and stuff like that. But does it stay at them levels? Often what I see when I've looked at other companies that have been included recently, it sort of then comes back down, and overall it's a boost, but it doesn't just go up 10% on the day and then stay there. That's what normally happens. What would break my thesis on Palantir? That's a really good question. It's a really good question. I mean, there are a few things that would probably make me think about whether I still want the position in my portfolio. If anything fundamentally changed with the company. So, I mean, I can give loads of examples here, but let's just say that over the next few earnings calls, we had, and I'm not just talking 1 or 2, let's just say over the next 5 earnings calls, year worth of earnings calls, we see that the revenue, that the AIP demand, whatever it may be, lots of different factors are just decreasing. There's no logical reason. They're not really making very much money. Everything's sort of going down. I would take a second look, right? Because ultimately, as much as I like this company, I'm an investor of this company to make money. You know, I'm not just being so nice and giving my money to this company, and whatever they do, they do. I don't mind. I want to make money on this position. So I'm looking very, very closely at what's going on. Having said that, there's been many times in the past where a lot of people have said, why on earth are you still investing into Tesla? You know, that demand is going down. This earnings call was awful. But actually, the bigger picture often says that the demand isn't going down. They are reducing prices because of this, this, and this, not because of demand. This is happening in the macro, and this is causing this effect. So you've got to take everything and look at it in context, I think is really, really important. What else would break my thesis on Palantir? If anything changed with the leadership team that I felt was quite negative, if Alex Karp maybe walked away and was replaced by someone that I didn't see aligned for the company, if the CTO was stepping up into CEO or something like that, maybe it would be okay because he knows this company very well. But yeah, if anything changed leadership wise, there's a lot of different things. But let me know your thoughts on that. What would make you remove your Palantir investment and completely retract that? Kelly, thank you for being here again. Appreciate that. What are you doing with Palantir right now? Are you still accumulating shares? I think you are, right? You're still adding shares. Kelly, also let me know, what's your largest position? Is it Palantir? I'm interested. What's everyone's largest position actually? Are you all is Palantir your largest position, or have you actually got a stock that is a bigger percentage of your portfolio than Palantir is? I'd always warn about S&P 500 inclusion excitement. It will definitely be a factor, but it's likely to have been priced in by institutions once the criteria is met rather than at the announcement. Yeah, there's a lot of hype, I guess you can say, when a stock gets included in the S&P. Definitely, I'm probably not going to be adding any Palantir shares on the day that the announcement comes out or anything like that. I'm just going to sit back, let the stock price do its thing, and just carry on as normal. But good shout out there. There's no such thing as Palantir reaching all-time high in 2024. Yeah, it would have to go up a lot from current prices. But after the year we've had, who knows what could happen? When we hit $30, will you do your hair like Karp's for a day? Oh, guys, that's embarrassing. You know, anything that's on the internet can never get removed from the internet. I don't even think that I have enough wax to, like, I don't know how much wax I'd have to put in my hair for it to stay in those positions. Who knows though? I'm not going to say no. It could be quite funny. But I'm also not promising that. Oh God, can you imagine? All my thumbnails for the next week after it hitting 30, just me with Alex Karp hair. Probably get a lot of clicks on those videos. Tesla, largest position, Tesla, largest position, Tesla, largest position, followed by Palantir, Nvidia, Apple, still Amazon, almost accidentally SoFi. Why almost accidentally? I'm guessing because of SoFi's performance rather than you accidentally add in shares. So what's your plan there, Tony? Are you going to keep Amazon as your largest position and not allow SoFi to be the largest? What's the plan? Oh dear, not even worth mentioning. I am targeting it over $100 for the time to come. Palantir right now, but usually Tesla, yeah, as positions move, obviously it does shift a little bit. But mine right now is Tesla still number one, Palantir number two. My largest is VRTX, which is Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Not a company I know much about, but let me tell you guys, they have had a fantastic 5-day period. They're up by 14.6% in the last 5 days. So Luke, I imagine your portfolio looks very, very nice right now. What's your time horizon on VRTX? They've been doing great. Tesla 60, Palantir 30, Bitcoin, and some startups. Okay. I'll be interested what those startups are. I'm still adding, but my average is 1072, so it's uncomfortable adding here. I have 1,700 shares. Amazing. My largest position, GEPQ by far, but an individual stock, my largest is Amazon and then Shopify. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. I don't know why. I just assumed Palantir was your biggest position. 1,700 shares. That's impressive. Average 1072. Also very nice. Yeah, I guess you're hesitant to add more at these current prices to actually make sure you don't increase that average too much, but that's a really good average. Very, very good average. I think that's, let me see what my average is. I think it's a bit more than that. Let me have a look. Just logging into my account so I can see. Palantir. Yeah, my average is just above $12. So you're in a nicer position than I am. But over a long period of time, I think we're all going to be very, very happy that we invested when we did. SoFi, 50K shares. Wow. Palantir, 20K shares. Wow. That's a lot of shares. Amazing. For my kids long term. Cool. Yeah. I think having a long-term horizon on these sort of positions is a very good idea. Your kids are going to thank you. They really are. Good morning, Hayley. I hope Tesla never sells a bot. They should rent them by the hour, just like temporary labor. Good morning or good afternoon, Billy. Afternoon for me. Good morning for you. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I actually probably think that Elon will just lease them because he cares too much about things being used in the wrong way. So I don't think he'll sell them. Maybe he'll sell to some people, some companies, but by large, yeah, I think it's going to be a leasing model. Largest Tesla, second largest coin. Palantir, then SoFi. Okay, so the theme here is a lot of people seem to be Palantir and Tesla. Then we've got some Amazon and some SoFi, and then we've got some other tech/non-tech companies, but those seem to be the big four for people that watch this channel, which is interesting. Just don't sleep for a couple of days. Yeah, I'm not, I can't function without sleep. I will just fall asleep. I'll just fall asleep standing up. So I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. SoFi's run up. Yeah, they've had, what are they doing right now? Not a position I've got in my portfolio, but keeping a close eye on it for sure. Wow, yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was a very, very nice day for SoFi. And it looks like pre-market today, they're going above $9. How likely is it that we will see Palantir around $16 before next earning? I have no idea. I don't have a magic ball, I'm afraid. No idea whatsoever. It could happen. It might not happen. I think if you are waiting for Palantir to get to 16 before the next earnings, before you invest, there's a chance. But equally, you could very much get to the next earnings and it hasn't gone to 16. It's just no knowing. My second largest is Palantir. Have these stock shares, but also a 3x long position. Largest Palantir, yeah, again. This is interesting. If you were to get a large sum of money at one time right now, what would you do with it? Okay, well, I would, depending on how large that money was, let's just say it was enough money that I had, like, you know, it was, whoa, that sort of money. I would take a portion and give it to my parents. That would be the first thing that I'd do. I would then purchase some property. Then I would take a large portion and invest it into myself. So that would be upskilling, which sounds really silly if I come in a lot of money world, I want to upskill. The YouTube channel, getting some business coaching, things like that. And then with the rest of it, no, not with the rest of it, with a large portion, I would then invest. So I would completely max out my stocks and shares ISA here in the UK. And then I would also, outside of the stocks and shares ISA, add even more investments into a general investment account, which is 2 types of accounts we have here in the UK. And then I would save some money and go traveling and do things like that. I think that's what I'd do. I think that's what I'd do with it. But it depends on how much, right? Because that is me answering with unlimited money. If it was more like £50,000, then a lot of that would be going into investments and into myself. So investing in myself and investing in stocks and some crypto probably. Tesla is 75, Palantir 15. The rest is little stuff. Palantir largest. Tesla then Palantir. Well, this makes complete sense. This really does, considering this channel is mostly about Palantir and Tesla. Understandable. Can't say I've ever heard of that first company there or the second one. Interesting. Great overall average. I'd rather have more shares at a great average than less at an amazing average. Yeah, I guess it's this. I think it's a psychological barrier about the average price, but equally, the lower your average price is, the more return you're getting in the future. So it's hard to weigh it up. I think at this point in Palantir's journey, I would rather have more shares because I see it going up a lot. But equally, I know how it feels when I log on to purchase my weekly shares and it's above my average, and I'm like, that's going to bring it up. I don't like that. But equally, I've just made a commitment that every single week I'm going to be adding shares. I'm sorry if I let you down. I'd like Palantir to be my top 3. I wish I bought more when it was sub 10. Yeah, don't we all? But no, you've not let me down. Not at all. Palantir, then PayPal. Talking about PayPal, guys, I've got 2 more videos coming out on my second channel, which is Stock Speak. It will be in the description. Go and subscribe. We're on 163 subscribers when I last checked. So we need to get some more people over there. 2 more videos coming out this week, and the PayPal one is already up. Palantir and Elf are my largest. Yeah, Elf's had a fantastic run up this year, actually. Then equal with Nvidia and Amazon. I want more Meta and planning on getting into Microsoft and PayPal. Then I have some funds to hedge. Nice. Very, very growth tech heavy there. But that's where all the returns have been this year, apart from Elf, obviously. PayPal, Palantir, PayPal, then Bitcoin. Nice, nice, nice. I have a great sweatshirt and a red coat on today. I feel like a Christmas tree. Thanks for sharing, Luke. No, not quite, Tony. Not quite. Just more. I'm not the most business-minded person, so I would probably do well with having like a business mentor or a business coach. Just in general. Yeah, just to continue growing, I guess, and improving skills that don't come naturally to me. But also some flames and lasers. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what I'm hearing from this live is that I need to make the following upgrades. I need to have my hair like Alex Karp whilst filming videos with lasers and flames in the background. That's what I'm hearing. So thanks for the feedback, guys. No, I don't. I don't have any. And where is my dream travel destination? I'd like to do a road trip around Italy. That's what I'd like to do. But I mean, I want to see everywhere, really. Palantir 61%, Tesla 36%. I didn't realize you were quite that concentrated, actually. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that would be really cool. No plans to go to Italy anytime soon, though, unfortunately. I would love to. The reason it's not even that far from me. So it's not like there's been a reason why I haven't gone. It's not that I haven't gone anywhere else and I could have gone to Italy considering that's my dream destination. It's more just when I go, I purposely want to be able to go for like 4 weeks, 3 weeks and travel around. I don't want it to be a few days in just a city. So I'm holding back until I'm really able to fully go all out on that dream. AI can do all of those hair and background changes for you. Yeah. Oh, I really want to produce a video like this now. And no one will know other than the people that have been on this live. They'll be like, what is she doing? Okay, we're going to just cover this quick question and then we're going to start wrapping this up. Would you recommend traveling to London? I personally don't love London all that much. It feels very, very busy and crazy. And I only really go there when I'm visiting people or I have a reason to go there. But yeah, I would recommend that you visit London. But if you're going to visit the UK, I think that there are many other places outside of London that you should absolutely see. But yeah, London is something that you need to experience. Like if you were visiting, I don't know, if you were visiting New York, you would go to Times Square. And it's one of those places that everyone from that area is like, it's Times Square, you should see it, but there's other nicer places. That's kind of my opinion with London. But there are some fantastic restaurants, West End shows, great coffee shops, all of that in London. Okay, we're going to see what Palantir is doing pre-market, and then we are going to wrap this up. So let's just see here. Okay, pre-market $18.16, 1.62% up pre-market. So let's see what happens today. As I always say, it doesn't really matter what it does on a day-to-day basis if you are a long-term investor. On that note, everyone, really appreciate you coming to this live as always. Thank you for supporting the channel, for watching the videos. If you want to subscribe to my new channel, like I said, it's Stock Speak. Already have a PayPal video over on that channel. 2 more coming out this week. Appreciate you all as always and have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.